Boom! Did you see that quadruple twist, guys? You also might be wondering, why am I in this weird gym? You know? But I have an answer for that. We had a team training, a national team training in Hoofddorp. That is where Casimir trains, and I'm gonna show you some footage of that. All of us, so that is like 10 guys or something, had to do specifically two things on the apparatuses that we want to compete in at the European Championships. And one of that is your most difficult element. So for me, that is the quadruple twist on floor. It's an F value, so it's 6/10 of a point worth, so that's pretty much. And then we also had to do our last third routine. So those were the two things we had to do specifically on each apparatuses that we want to do on the European Championships. But then you could also do like the other apparatuses, of course. Actually, we had to do this other apparatuses, but we didn't have like a specific program that we had to follow. But on the apparatuses that you had to do for the European Championships, you had to do those two things 3 times. So on floor, I pretty much hit 3 of my 3 quadruple twists. I know that sounds pretty complicated with all those numbers, but bear with me. And I also had 3 out of 3 with my like last third half of the routine. Even though this one wasn't perfect, you could see I had a big pace after that first line, that full punch 2.5. But it's still counted because like you didn't like completely fail that routine. So my training started off pretty damn well, but then I wanted to make use of that energy that I had, and also I wanted to make use of the fact that I had to do my lines on a different floor. So I also did some double doubles on there, and they flew just super nicely. That gives me a lot of confidence going into those competitions because every floor bounces a little bit different, and as you can see I stuck 2 of those double doubles, and that gives me a huge confidence boost that I can do it on every floor. So that was one successful apparatus down. We only had to do high bar for my European preparation, and then also had to do like P-bars and pommel bars just for my own training. But high bar is like the same story on floor, like every high bar bounces a little bit different. So I was kind of nervous going into that casino because I know that high bar at that place in Hoofddorp doesn't bounce as well as my own high bar does. So to prepare for that, I did some casinas on like a different high bar in our gym. Like a few videos ago I did that tour, and I told you guys like pretty much no one ever uses this high bar. So I wanted to like prove myself wrong and do some casinas on there, and they went actually pretty well. So that gave me a lot of confidence going into this training, because on here I also had to do the casina, which is my hardest element. It's a G. It is 7/10 worth. And then I also had to do my last third half of the routine. I don't even know how to say that, man. That is so hard. So the first one here I missed, but that was no problem. And then after that one I was like, yep, I'm doing this. And then I caught my first attempt, so that was pretty good. Nice. And the second one was a little bit too close, a little bit too early, and then the third one I hit perfectly again, a little bit too far away for my liking. It's pretty dangerous to do that on like a competition, because if you are 1 millimeter further away, you just fall off the bar and you get a point deduction. So I'd rather be a little bit closer so I can have a little bit leeway back and forth. And here you can see Bart Duller absolutely nailing his like first half of the routine. He's having a competition a little bit earlier this year at the American Cup, I think. So he was already doing half routines, and his routine is absolutely crazy, filled with these high-flying combinations. He fell off quite hard with this one, but it's absolutely crazy to see that. It inspires me so much. And this is my last third half routine. Damn, guys, I really need to find a way to like call this. I have no idea how to explain it every time, and it sucks. And alright, so I've been sitting here for like a few hours and I've come up with a name. We're just gonna call this the dismount part. So this dismount part was pretty good. This was my second one that counted, and then the third one wasn't that good. My tech half shot over quite a lot, and then my stall was also a little bit sloppy. But this mount was pretty good. It's just a double-double, so that is quite easy for me right now. So that one didn't count. So in total, I missed 1 part of like the whole training. So I had to do 12 things, and I hit 11 of them. So that was pretty good. And on high bar, I didn't do anything extra because my wrists and my hands were absolutely killing me. So instead I went to P-bars and I did some of these Hanmas. They were going pretty well, not that good as that I could do a straight up front after it, but they were just going to handstand, which is pretty good. And then I did the straddle front, just for my front row price, and I did it on the like lighter pads. Before I did it with a mat or with like super thick pads. So this is definitely gonna take some more time getting used to, because this hurts so much more. And then eventually I even need to do it without those pads on a competition. But like in a competition, you don't really feel the pain, so that's a positive thing. Hey, Max! Stop that! That tickles! And then I did some more of those double front of P-bars. This is without a half turn, but they flew so nice. That is awesome. Like my front prices are actually getting a lot better, so that is really cool. And yeah, that was pretty much it for this training. I did some more pommel horse. I worked on my Woogieons with Bart. He had some awesome tips, and also did some dismounts. He also had some awesome tips for that. So that was really cool. Thanks for that part. And then you guys know I had to work on my crosses. Thank you guys for reminding me. Every training I'm like, should I do it? Oh yeah, I gotta do it for the YouTube, because otherwise everybody's gonna say that I'm a pussy and I don't want that. So that is that. And then I have a cool edit for you guys. I went to Newcastle with my girlfriend this weekend. So yeah, let's go.
That